What's going on, everybody? This is Joe, and I am back once again for more of my desperate attempts to beat at least one chapter in the Dalaran Heist heroic runs. Last episode, if you missed it, I highly encourage you to check it out.
You be distracting all the guards. We be taking all the loot.
Anyway, I encourage you to check it out because we came so close. So close. The closest we've come in a very long time. I think I have found my combos here. And just as a reminder of how we're going to do it, the earlier fights I'm going to skip over so that we can get as much into this video as possible. And I'll show you interesting things, but otherwise we'll just get into it, because this deck is definitely the best deck. This hero power is definitely the best hero power. We're facing Alchemist Wendy. She swaps cards in our hands with hers. I'll see you on the other side. Okay. So I win. It was kind of annoying. She healed herself back up to full like twice. But yeah, that was otherwise relatively easy. Okay. Let's see what kind of things we can pick for this deck, shall we? Okay, so first we have Robe of the Magi, passive, spell damage +3. Mysterious Tome, at the start of the game, play 3 random secrets, or our minions have +1/+1. That's just over, or, yeah, forever. Wow. Okay, I mean, last time we had the other robe, the Robes of Gaudiness, and those were incredible. Secrets are fine. Spell damage +3 with this is pretty good. We've got Lightning Bolt and Lightning Storm. I know we leaned kind of heavily on that last time. The +1/+1 passive is nice, but I think the spell damage +3 could do a lot more for us. So I'm going to give that a try. I do not think it's even close to as powerful as the Robes of Gaudiness, but let's see if we can make it work. Spirits, Fishy, and Big Shaman, so no spells, which is kind of what I was looking for. Fishy has Murloc, and Unite the Murlocs. I don't really want that. Corpse Taker. Gain Taunt if we have a Taunt minion. Repeat for Divine Shield, Lifesteal, Wind Fury. So we do have Taunt, and we do have Wind Fury. I don't believe we have Divine Shield or Lifesteal, do we? No, at least not presently. But that's still not terrible. And then we've got another Taunt here, which lets us shuffle the 10/10 Storm Guardian into our deck. We've got Loot Hoarder, Death Rattle, draw a card, Piloted Shredder, Death Rattle, summon a random 2-cost, and Carnivorous Cube, Battlecry, destroy a friendly minion, Death Rattle, summon 2 copies of it. And that's good with Death Rattle things, because it would trigger their Death Rattles. Interesting. I kind of like Big Shaman over here over Spirits, although it's kind of close for me. But 4/4/5 over 2/4/5, I'm going to try that. We'll see. We have Soothsayer Zoe. This healer will fight for her city. Break out the Sooths. At the start of her turn, she restores all friendly minions to full health. We'll see how it works. See you on the other side. Okay, well, this is my final turn, whether I win or lose. This is really, really tough. I was able to get her to be out of cards and taking damage, but she's only up to... The next time she can't draw a card, she only takes 3. I'm going to see what this does for me. I mean, it gives me a Taunter, but that's clearly not enough. I attack here... She draws 1 card, goes to 2 at the beginning of her turn. Oh, yeah. Goes to 2, and then we die. God damn it. That was very, very, very close. But I was 1 turn off. That was tough. That was a tough fight. Okay. I mean, we're back to it.
Fix yourself up next time.
Okay. Let's try again. Same thing. We know what we want. That hero power. This deck. And we're facing Murray. See you soon.
She is always switching cards.
Okay, so I win on this turn as long as I play my cards correctly. Deal 3 damage here, then play Lick'em. It has 3 power. We go like that, oops, and like that. Okay, that was easy enough. Swapping some things, making me change my strategy, but otherwise winning. No problems there. Cool, level 4. Or up to, yeah, level 4. Cool. And so, here are our treasure options. Shuffling 10 Scrolls of Wonder into our deck. Spell damage plus 3, which obviously didn't work too well last time. Doubling our starting health. Between these two, I mean, Potion of Vitality is always good. This is always random. There is spells as an option for us as a shaman where it would care about us having spells and maybe like damage dealing, although then, you know, the argument would be for the robe. God, I don't love the randomness of this, so I think I'm just going to take the potion and see if that does anything for us. Here's spells. Earth Shock, silence a minion, deal 1 damage to it. Azure Drake, spell damage plus 1, Battlecry, draw a card, and then Yogg Saron, cast a random spell for each spell we've cast this game. That worked out well for us in the last episode. Healing Rain, 12 health split among all friendlies, 4 damage to a minion, 4 health to our hero, restore 8 health to our hero when this dies, this 8/8 for 8. Or we have Krogwa the Frog, return all spells we played last turn to our hand, Ragnaros the Fire Lord, and Ysera. I kind of want to be greedy. Yeah, I'm going to be greedy. It doesn't help us early on, so we have to be able to keep, like, win this way, but if we can, getting into late game, that's going to be very, very strong. Okay, I think I win this turn. This was an interesting game. He has these prestidigitation spells that he gets, and one of the ones that he got multiple times was to give each of us a random golden legendary. And ours were not great. I mean, they're fine. But his was an 8/8 for 4 that puts both of our mana crystals up to 10. And so from that point on, I was able to play all of my big stuff that I wanted to play. Now, last turn, I played a bunch of spells, and so now I can get them all back. One of them was this, which is why I feel like I've won, but maybe not this turn, actually, now that I think about it. But if I go like this and like this, that allows me to do this. Okay, so yeah, now I have to do this, so yeah, sorry, it's not this turn, but it will almost certainly be next turn. Let's see it. Ah, +5/+5, good. Gain 10 mana crystals and discard his hand. Amazing. Okay, summon 3 friendly minions that die this game. Wow. Yeah, there's the 8/8, the random legendary. Amazing. Okay. Scroll of Wonder, 8 damage to a minion. Nice. No spell reduction for you. Discover a spell that costs 3 or less. Okay, that may be the one that keeps him alive. Shuffle 3 Scrolls of Wonder into each of our decks. I only have 3 cards currently, so this will make it 6, which means I'm almost certainly drawing 5 into his own deck, and when drawing, cast a random spell. Yep, we know that. Okay, and I draw a Scroll of Wonder. What a surprise. We get a 2/2 knife with poisonous each. Double. Nice. When it dies, return it with 1 health. Resurrect 2 different friendly minions. Deal 3 damage to all minions. Wow. Okay. All right, so let's see something. What happens if I do this? What's your secret? Nothing. Okay, well, we win. I guess. My god. Okay. That was a little weird, but it all worked out, so no complaints here. We've got Battlecry, Flood, and Elemental Wrath. Now, notably, I see a Ragnaros there. We already have one. And I forgot to mention, the way that first 8/8 died was my first activation of Ragnaros actually hit it. And it was a tough sell, because there were a lot of them. So, but yeah, Flood, I mean, Stormwind Champion's good. Tuskar Totemic is not, and Flametongue is. Zola the Gorgon on Battlecry. Choose a friendly minion, add a golden copy of it to your hand. Lotheb, enemy spells cost 5 more next turn. And Primordial Drake, 2 damage to all other minions, that includes our own. Earth Elemental, Taunt Overload 3, 7/8 for 5. Fire Elemental, deal 3 damage. And Ragnaros. I mean, these are fine. These are okay, but I like Elemental Wrath a lot. Let's do it. No elemental payoffs, notably, but hopefully we'll get that later on. And we have Moon Priestess Nisi. All healing is doubled, ours and hers. We'll see you at the end. Wow. Okay. I mean, it was a, 1-in-3 shot, but hey, I won. That was tough. That was actually pretty close, I won't lie. But we did it. I know that was kind of quick, and I wasn't saying anything because I did not expect to win that turn, but there we go. I like Murgatha. We took this one last time. Whenever you play a card, overload one of your opponent's mana crystals. Very, very good. And then Twin Spell, 3 damage to all enemy minions. The Candles. And Untold Splendor is pretty cool. 1 mana, shuffle 5 treasures into your deck. The issue is then it's random when you draw them, it's random what they are, it's random what their mana cost is. I like this. Legends, Flood, and Fishy. There's another Ysera, there's a Lich King, and there's Zentimo. When you target a minion with a spell, cast it again on its neighbors. That's actually pretty good with, like, damage-dealing spells. We don't have a ton of them. Totemic Smash, deal 2 damage, summon a basic totem, summon 2/3 Wolf Spirits with Taunt, and summon 3 2/4 Toads with Taunt. Unite the Murlocs, so this is Murloc stuff. That is tough as hell. It's definitely Flood or Legends. It's definitely not Fishy. But which is it? Ysera's good, but 2 of them in the deck, and we draw them. If we draw one of them early, which we're more likely to do at that point. Although we had 2 Ragnaros, and we did pretty well with it last game. That's tough. I mean, there's more Overload here, but we don't have a lot of Overload payoffs except for this. This obviously makes other things Overload. So yeah, maybe we go with Legends. Alright. Well, you'll stick with me. Let's see what's going on in this tavern, what we might be able to do with our coins for this one. It's not usually something super powerful here in Heroic, but it could be something. Okay, Lich King, Unbound, Elemental, Totem Golem, Ysera. Alright, so we are not doing this. Removing all friendly minions in play from our adventure deck. Absolutely not. Discover a legendary, add it to our adventure deck. Fill the tavern with new minions, or increase our starting health by 5, as well as add all enemy minions to our adventure deck. They gain +1/+1 for this run. So this would be a 4/4 Elemental. If you played an Elemental last turn, summon 2 2/3 Elementals with Taunt. It is 7 mana, but it's a 7 mana 5/5. That's not amazing. Spirit of the Frog would be a 1/4. Whenever you cast a spell, draw a spell from your deck that costs 1 more. That's not terrible. Terran Gorefiend. Battlecry, destroy all other friendly minions. And then Death Rattle, resummon them with +1/+1. Interesting. That's not terrible, but it's not great. And then destroy your opponent's weapon and draw cards equal to its durability. I mean, you know, they could have incidental weapons, but it's also a 5-mana 6/5 at that point. Increase our starting health by 5, which, by the way, since we're doubling our starting health, would increase our starting health by 10. So maybe it's just this and not this. I guess it doesn't, because we're doing these two, or thinking of doing these two, it doesn't hurt to do this. No, sorry. This. Filling the tavern with new minions, to see if we get anything crazy on this side. To make this more worth it and better than either of these. Okay. So yeah, I mean, this is a no. Choose a basic totem, summon it. But unlock our overloaded mana crystals is not bad. Whenever our opponent casts a spell, we get a Burly Rockjaw Trog. That's pretty cool. And at the start of the game, add 5 extra legendary minions to our deck. I mean, that's not bad. Is it better than this? I mean, because we get this, I think it is. This is a, you know, out of 3 random random legendary, this is just 5 extras at the start. So I'm going to do that. The only thing that sucks is this, and even then, I could probably work with it. Okay. And they're all +1/+1 as well? Seems really, really great. Alright, let's do it. Alright, that feels pretty good. Obviously, the threat is that we're adding too many cards to our deck. With, first of all, adding those 4, but with... Where'd he go? With adding the legendaries at the start of the game, or the start of each of the... Yeah, at the start of each of the games, that we're adding 5 more cards to our deck, thereby making it so that we're less likely to draw a lot of these things. But we have Tala's Stone Rage, Druids walk many paths, Tala walks them all. Our passive hero, or her passive hero power, is her choose 1 cards and powers have both effects combined. Let's see how it goes. We'll see on the other side.
Where shall I strike?
Do I lose? Does this have charge now? It sure does, so I sure do. I barely... This was so tough. 70 health I started with. 70. And we went down. This was very strong on their side. I had 2 Ragnaroses out. I had Ysera. This was such a tough fight.
You chose poorly.
I guess I did. Wow. Okay. We're going back. There's no reason not to. I've been cutting stuff out. That's the reason why. So, here we go. Okay, my first opponent this time is Murray again. See you later. Okay, I definitely win. This was not tough. And it's done. Alright, some good treasure options, please. Good treasures. That's what we need. That's definitely what made the difference in the last episode, and what hasn't been happening for us here. Okay, I mean, there's the one Wisdom Ball. There's the Elixir of Vile. Our spells cost health instead of mana. No. And our minions have +1/+1, so I guess it's the Wisdom Ball. It's done some pretty cool things. It's definitely... We had it last time, but it's definitely not why we were doing so well last time. So we have Splitting Fester Root, Ysera, and Yasharge, Rage Unbound. There's Antique Healbot, restoring 8 health to us, and Witch's Brew. There's Reincarnate, destroy a minion, then return it to life with full health. And Spirit Echo, give our minions Death Rattle, return this to your hand. Do we have any other Death Rattle? We don't, right? We do not. Great. Not great choices. I'm going to take Big Shaman and not be super pleased about it. We're facing the Carousel. At the end of our turn, we merrily rotate all minions around the board. Not bad at all. So we will see you on the other side.
cast that again at a random target.
That was... what? Okay, I guess I'll play it from here. That was useless what you just did. Why? What was the purpose of any of that? It wasn't a random target. It specifically said enemy minions. That's really, really stupid. And you doubled my overload? Oh my god, you suck. Okay. Let's see if I win or if this deals 2 damage to all my guys and kills them all.
Try harder, man.
Okay, we win. That was insane. What the hell was up with that? That was the only activation of the Wondrous Wisdom Ball, and it was absolute garbage. Okay. Thank God we won anyway. Shifting Scales Overload Battle Cry. So Evolve. Tinkmaster Overspark, which I hate. I hate this card. And a Muckmorpher. Battlecry, transform into a 4/4 copy of different minion in your deck. Crushing Hand, 8 damage to a minion, overload 3. Another Lickum, and a Feral Spirit. Bronzebeard. Corpse Razor, give a friendly minion Death Rattle, resummon it. And Swamp Queen Hagatha. These are good. These I like. We'll take that. And I'm going to face Dag Cruel Might. You never kick a man when he's down, unless you're Dag. And he's got Bully for 2 mana, deal 4 damage to a damaged minion. Fascinating. Alright, we'll see what happens. Okay, I win again. That was also quite easy. I don't know if that was luck of the draw or not, but that was quick and painless. Very cool. Turns out evolution on your damaged minions makes them go to full health in their new form, and so he can't use his hero power on them. Plus, it was very early. He wouldn't have really had many opportunities. Okay, some of these look interesting. So we have Dagwick Sticky Toe, who he was just talking about. 3 mana for a 2/5 stealth. After this minion attacks a hero, steal a card from your opponent's hand. That is very good. That ability is great. Flyby for 5, shuffle a Kaboom Bot into our opponent's deck, and when drawn, it explodes for 50 damage. Again, I've mentioned, that's incredible and will almost certainly end the game in early fights or bring it very close to the end in later ones. But you have to have it, it's got to go in their deck. You have to have this card, first of all. It's got to go in their deck, they've got to draw it, and they've got to be at 50 or below to end it immediately. Or we've got Dupla Transmogrifier. Choose a friendly minion, replace all minions in your adventure deck with copies of it. That seems terrible. All right, I mean, he talked about it. I guess I'm going to go with Dagwick. That seems pretty cool. Big Shaman, Overload, and Battle Cry. So with Battle Cry, return our other minions to our hand. They cost 1, and the Shutter Walk. Repeat all other Battle Cries from cards we've played this game. Unbound Elemental, Volcano, and Lesser Sapphire Spellstone. Overload 3 mana crystals to upgrade. Summons 1 copy of a friendly minion. Wind Fury, Corpse Stealer, or Corpse Taker. Did I say Stealer last time too? And Ragnaros the Fire Lord. Now this is also Battle Cry, but I think I'm going to go with this Battle Cry. Seems pretty damn good.
Such niceness, keeping inn open during hostile occupation.
All right. Let's see what the inn has for us. We could do some broken things, or it could be just meh. Yasharge, Whirling Zapomatic,
Just don't cause any trouble.
Unbound, and Hagatha. Okay. We've got 2 coins. We've got add all enemy minions to our adventure deck. They gain +1/+1 for this run. Remove choose a friendly minion. Remove it from your adventure deck. Look at 4 spells from our adventure deck. Choose 1 to remove. Look at 4 spells from our deck. Reduce the cost of 1 by 3 for this run, and increase our starting health by 5. So, looking at 4 spells, reducing the cost of 1 by 3 seems pretty damn good. What do these guys look like? Restore 6 health, overload 1. Whenever another minion is frozen, add a copy of it to your hand. Add a copy of each of your other Battlecry minions to your hand. And Death Rattle if you have no cards in your deck, hand, and battlefield. Destroy the enemy hero. That's not going to happen. So this is great, but all these other ones are not great. Restoring 6 health is fine. So maybe we just do these 2. Yeah, this isn't like, this seems cool, and hopefully we get something good. But Yeah, I guess we'll do this first and see what we get. Okay, so we're reducing its cost by 3. I guess we could do Lightning Storm, so we'd have a free Lightning Storm, 2 to 3 damage to all of their minions. That feels pretty good, and it's better than this or this. Like, they already cost 1, right? And this card, by the way, I don't love this card. Like, it's fine, just fine, but yeah, I think it's Lightning Storm. Okay, it'll be free now. All right. And yeah, instead of this, like if it was this, but with one choice, like this one, I would pick Barista Lynchin, but instead I think I'm just going to take good food and be done with it. Not an amazing tavern, but it could have been a lot worse. So, that's pretty good. Okay. So, last time we learned that the strategy with this thing is to not attack it until we have enough to kill it in one turn on the board. Let's see if that works for us. We'll see at the end. Okay, well, conveniently, this Hagatha combined with Braun let me have a Dustvar or Drustvar horror that allowed me to cast Storm's Wrath, which gave +1/+1 to all of my minions twice because it's a battle cry. So we have enough here with this doubling, so we win. I don't know that they attacked us once, maybe just the once, but yeah, we win. Yeah, that was pretty damn good. This strategy has shown itself to be exactly what we need against this particular enemy. So, definitely going to do that from now on. Thank God we figured it out. What are our new options? Good stuff, please. Okay, so we have Carvings, Elemental Wrath, and Overload. Thunderhead, after you play a card with Overload, summon 2 1/1 Sparks with Rush, and Volcano, 15 damage randomly split, Overload 2. We have Calamos Primal Lord. If you played an Elemental last turn, cast an Elemental Invocation, and draw a card, copy it if you played an Elemental last turn. Unfortunately, we don't have a ton of Elementals, do we? I guess this is an Elemental, and this is. But, oh, and so is this. That's 3 Elementals? Is that it? Yeah, I think it is. Oh, good! 5 Elementals, because this makes one. Interesting. Okay, then I'm going with Elemental Wrath. None of these, I mean, Carvings for totems is not great, so yeah, Elemental Wrath it is. It just felt bad because I didn't think we had a lot of Elementals. I love Pogo so much. So cool. Hopefully it doesn't kill me for saying it, but yeah, we will, we'll see what... They get to shuffle 3 copies of a minion into their deck and then draw a card with their hero power. Let's see how we do. See you on the other side. Okay, well, that was my last turn. I have never, ever played against Pogo where it's gotten even a 5/5, let alone then also a 7/7 and a 9/9, and by the way, an 8/8 for good measure thrown in. Look at this hand. Terrible, this hand. Terrible. So yeah, we definitely deserved to lose this one, apparently. God, that sucked. I mean, I guess I can do this and maybe get a Taunter. Nope. Okay. Sure. Wow, that was garbage. That sucked a lot. All right, unfortunately, that like with how close we got last time, and how not close we got any of these times. Amazing, love you, Pogo. You're the best. First time I've lost to Pogo, so first time I heard that ending line. But yeah, that sucks. I will say it seems like without the Robes of Gaudiness, we have gotten nowhere close to where we were in the last episode. And we never got the option of the Robes of Gaudiness. So I'll be back next week. I want to know people's thoughts and opinions. Should I give up? Should I keep trying? Do you want me to see, or do you want to see me try some other solo adventures before coming back to this? Or again, never coming back to this? I would love people's opinions in the comments section down below. In addition to commenting, you can do all the other fun YouTube stuff, liking, sharing, subscribing, and ringing the bell. Check us out on our streams every Monday and Friday from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. Eastern, right here on this channel. If you do subscribe and then ring that bell, you'll get those notifications whenever we go live and whenever we post a new video like this one. We have new videos up on this channel 3 times a week and on Video Games for All 3 times a week. And the links for Video Games for All and Gluten Free for All are down in the description box below. But for now, from us here at the Geek for All family of channels, I have been Joe, and as we always say, in whichever video of ours you watch next, we will see you all next time. Thanks, everybody.